What it do? What it do? It's your man B513 and I'm back again. Listen, y'all already know what it is, man. The preseason officially starts today. It's a couple rookies I want to see from these two matchups. So let's just hop right into it. Starting off with the Texans, obviously, I got to see CJ Stroud, man. I'm a huge fan of his game. I think the Houston Texans have a franchise quarterback. And so I'm just excited to see how he looks under center in NFL. Hopefully he can get a scoring drive, and that'd be fun to watch. And obviously their next pick, Anderson Jr. This guy was hyped up coming out of college, going into college, supposed to be the stud defensive end. Let's see if he can be the next version of Mario Williams or potentially a J.J. Watt. The Houston Texans have struck gold at that position. They didn't necessarily with Jadeveon Clowney, but let's see if Anderson Jr. could be amongst the names of the Houston Texans great pass rushers. And then I want to see Scruggs, man, the center. I usually don't like to talk about too many offensive linemen that I might want to see, but I was a fan of this guy's name. I mean, his game, and his name was ringing bells through the draft season. Who knows, man? Maybe the Houston Texans struck gold with their first couple picks. And then definitely, I got to see Tank Dell, man. I want to see Tank Dell, man. This guy was a highlight tape machine. You watch his highlights coming out, man, you would have thought he was going to be a first-round pick. I think this guy has everything in his tool belt to be a dynamic slot receiver year one. So I'm hoping he can make a couple plays, make a couple guys miss, man, and just leave the game injury-free for all of these rookies, man, to go out there and perform, have good games, lead the game injury-free. And then lastly, for the Houston Texans, I want to see Henry To'oTo'o, linebacker from Tennessee. Then he transferred to Alabama. Athletic linebacker, reminds me a lot of Logan Wilson for the Cincinnati Bengals. Man, I like this guy's game. I think he's the perfect archetype as far as his structure and the way he's built in today's NFL. He can move sideline to sideline. He's good in coverage. Just probably needs to work on his tackling game. But I think this guy's a dog, man. And D'Amico Ryans was a dog. So you got a great head coach who knows your position, man. This guy has everything he needs to be a great linebacker. And then for the Patriots, Christian Gonzales, the cornerback that I felt was most NFL ready. Even though Devin Witherspoon is a dog, I just like this guy's game as just a pure cornerback, man. I think he was the best in this draft. And then Kayshon Boutte, man, out of LSU. A lot of guys were trying to hype him up and say he was the next Jamar Chase. That's no offense to Boutte, but you know what I'm saying? It's only one Jamar Chase. But this guy has talent. Clearly he had talent to even be a receiver at LSU. Let's see what he can do, man. Let's see if he can make a couple plays, man, and crack that starting lineup this season. Isaiah Bolden, bruh. Isaiah Bolden out of Jackson State, 6'2" cornerback, ran a 4.31 on his pro day. That would have been the third fastest in the combine had he got the invite. Dynamic cornerback, dynamic kick returner, like Joshua Cribbs with speed type return ability, man. I think this guy's going to be a dynamic player in a special teams game, but I really think this guy has all the tools you want in a cornerback. 6'2", 38-inch vertical, ran a 4.31, and he got coached by Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and now he's getting coached by Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick has a proven track record of developing defensive backs. And then lastly, for the Patriots, I want to see Malik Cunningham, man. This is a guy, Louisville quarterback, mobile guy. Just want to see if he can earn a spot, if he can make a couple splash plays this preseason. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And then the next matchup, man, we got the Vikings versus the Seahawks. With the Vikings, obviously, we all want to see what Jordan Addison looks like, right? How does he look? Running routes, just in and out of breaks. You know, I just want to see how he looks in the Vikings jersey and just on the football field, man. This guy he was a dog at Pittsburgh. He made some big plays at USC. Let's see what he can do with the Vikings. I also want to see with the quarterback they drafted, Jaren out of BYU, man. This guy has similar numbers to Zach Wilson. He just didn't have the hype. I want to see what he can do, man. I know sometimes decision making is not at best, but he has a strong arm and he's mobile. So let's see what he can do. And definitely dewayne McBride, man. I really want to see with the running back dewayne McBride at a UAB how he is, man. He had a great highlight tape. He was very productive in college, and we know what's going on with Dalvin Cook. And so, man, if the Vikings is able to find a starting running back in the 7th round, that's going to prove their point. That's going to make them right. So we're going to see. I think this guy's a good player. I want to see how he looks. Ivan Pace Jr., man. Shout out to Ivan Pace Jr. from Cincinnati, Ohio, man. Undrafted guy because he's 5'10", but this dude is a dog, man. A dog, like unanimous All-American. He was the defensive player of the year in his conference at the University of Cincinnati, man. He's a great pass rusher. This guy's an athletic linebacker. He's undersized, but I think if you let this guy rush the passer, man, he can be a 10-sack guy every season. And then Andre Carter as well, the 6'7" pass rusher out of Army. This guy was mocked in the first round, second round, then he went undrafted. So maybe he didn't have the best Senior Bowl or what have you, but I think this guy is a dynamic pass rusher. I'm hoping the Vikings can strike gold on him. And then with the Seahawks, I did a video on the Seahawks, man, all of their draft picks. I believe Witherspoon is going to miss this game, the cornerback, but Jackson Smith and Njigba, obviously, I want to see this guy, man, see what he could do in the slot. Derrick Hall, the pass rusher out of Auburn, the big physical guy. Zach Charbonnet, man, the big, powerful running back out of UCLA. Mike Morris out of Michigan, the guy that I'm really high on. I think this guy's going to be a hidden gem. I think he could be a star in the National Football League. And then lastly, their undrafted free agent cornerback, Arquon Bush out of Cincinnati. If you've been paying attention to college football, you know that Luke Fickell and the Bearcats produced a lot of DBs. They have one, Kobe Bryant on the roster, Sauce Gardner, and so forth. So I'm kind of hoping this guy can follow those footsteps. He already has a Bearcat on his team. You know, let's see what he can do up there in Seattle, man. But it's BSO513. We got more content away, man. Comment below y'all thoughts. Some of the players that you want to see this weekend. Hey, man, let's get it.